Hello everyone and welcome to the third session of reported speech, and today we are going to learn how to convert imperative and exclamatory sentences. So let's start. Imperative sentences means commands, requests or instructions. Now here the reporting verb will be requested, commanded, instructed, etc. The reporting verb in imperative sentences will always go as per the tone of the speaker. So we can have various words: tell, order, command, instruct, beg, remind, warn, admit, agree, etc. Of course, remove the inverted quotes, but here the word that will not be used after the reporting verb. Instead, we will use the word to followed by verb in the base form. In short, we will use the to infinitive form of the verb. Let's see a few examples on it and you will understand better. Let's start with some examples on imperative and let's see how we can incorporate all these rules in the direct speech. Let's start. The officer said to the driver, "Be careful." Now, if you can understand the tone of the speaker, it is like reminding the other person to be careful. So accordingly, we will keep the reporting verb. Now, even if the reporting verb here in the direct speech is said to, then I will use the reporting verb as reminded. Second thing that we have changed is just add the word to here instead of that. Let's do it word by word. The officer reminded the driver. Now, in all other sentences, I had replaced the inverted commas with that. But for imperative, I am going to replace it with to. And in imperative sentences, we never change the tense. So, be careful will remain as it is. Look at the next one. Stay away from the fence, students, said the teacher. Now, here we have a speaker. But inside this direct speech or within the quotes, we have a word that tells us who is listening. Students. So here in this sentence, the teacher is the speaker and she is speaking to the students. So in indirect, we can make a few changes like this. The teacher instructed. Why instructed? Because the tone of the teacher is like giving a command or an instruction. So instructed. The students know that to be used. So instead of these quotes, I have used to. To stay away from the fence. So the entire sentence will come as it is in indirect speech. If a sentence has the word please, then we omit this word please. We do not take it in indirect speech, but we keep the reporting verb as requested. Look at this example. He said to her, "Please lend me your laptop for a day." Now let's change it. He will be as it is. Said to will become requested because there is this word please. Requested her. The inverted commas will change to for imperative sentence and the rest remains the same. Only the pronouns will change. So lend me here is connected to the speaker, whereas your connects to the listener. So me will become him, your will become her, laptop for a day. So this is how the sentence will be changed. Now when the sentence starts with the word let, then the indirect speech would be very different than what we have been doing for imperative sentences. In that case, there is a set of certain words which will come there. For example, the word suggested, that and should. And before should, we have the pronoun. Let me tell you how to change this kind of a sentence. He said, "Let us try the new restaurant." Now it becomes he suggested. I'm writing suggested because there is this word let and it will be changed to suggested. That this refers to the change in the pronoun for us. Should is again a compulsory word. Try the new restaurant. Now alternatively, such a sentence can also be shortened and converted like this. He suggested trying the new restaurant. Now here in this case we'll be using verb with the ing form. Next we come to the category of exclamatory sentence. These are the sentences through which the speaker tells his emotion, whether it is joy or delight or pain, grief, a kind of wish, etc. These sentences have exclamation mark at the end of it or at the end of interjections. For example, words like alas, oh no, what, how, hurrah, oh God, etc. are used in exclamatory sentences. When we are changing such sentences into indirect, first of all, remove the inverted quotes and add the word that. The reporting verb in these sentences will be something like he exclaimed with, and then the tone of the speaker, whether it is delight or wonder or happiness, joy, pain, whatever. And lastly, remove the exclamation mark. Along with following these rules, there are certain categories in which all these words fall. Have a look at some of these points which you must remember while changing exclamatory sentences into indirect speech. Now let's try to understand all those rules related to exclamatory sentences through some examples. He said, what a beautiful sunset. So now the first thing that you have to do here is understand the tone of the speaker and then accordingly use the reporting verb. The reporting verb will obviously be exclaimed, but after exclaimed you have to tell in words what the speaker's tone is. Words like what or how denote delight or wonder. Then I can write, he exclaimed with delight or wonder that. All other rules of changing direct into indirect will be same. So the inverted commas will be replaced with that. It was a beautiful sunset. So I have to change the tense as well as the pronouns too. Mrs. Glenn said, oh no, I have forgotten my spectacles at home. Now the speaker's tone here is of regret. So I'm going to write, Mrs. Glenn exclaimed with regret that she had forgotten. Now if you see here, I have changed the tense. Have will become had. Forgotten her spectacles at home. Let's look at a few more examples. Ouch, I have sprained my left ankle, said Geeta. Now the word ouch denotes pain. So I can say Geeta exclaimed in pain that she had sprained her left ankle. Now if you see, I have changed the tense and the pronouns here. Right? Now let's look at the next one. Wherever we have the interjection, oh God, then we can say something like this, called upon God with regret. So let's read this. The poor man said, oh God, I have been cheated by the shopkeeper. This can be changed into indirect in this way. The poor man called upon God with regret that he had been cheated by the shopkeeper. Again, notice the change in the pronoun and the tense. There are certain very interesting sentences which come under exclamatory but will not follow the rules of direct and indirect. They are changed in a different manner. Have a look at these. She said, thank you. Now here we do not know who is the listener. So wherever we don't know who is the listener, then we consider ourselves as the listener. So she said thank you will be changed like she thanked me. And remove the exclamation. Next, she said good luck. So whenever somebody is wishing you, then we use the word wished. I can say she wished me good luck. She said congratulations. So I'll change it. She congratulated me. She said liar. She called me a liar. That's all. These were all the points about exclamatory sentences. That's all for today's session, and today we have finished the types of sentences to change into reported speech. Now in my next session we will talk about how to convert dialogues into a reported paragraph or a narrative paragraph. I'll be signing off now, but see you again very soon in my next session. Till then, take good care of yourself.